It's the athletes on this court that get all the recognition when it comes to a successful basketball season. However, there's a lot of work behind the scenes from the basketball managers that often go unnoticed but still play an important role. According to the CDC, one person every 52 minutes will die in an alcohol-related incident, oftentimes when they're leaving their local bar like this. If you know that bad weather is on the way, it is important to make sure you do your preparations early to make sure that your pets at home are safe as well. For more information, visit the MSU Gift of Life Instagram page at giftoflife_MSU or visit www.giftoflife.org. Just this week, Starkville police arrested 31-year-old LaTanya Brown from Ackerman with simple assault on a law enforcement officer and domestic violence. After police responded to a report of an assault at Rolling Hills Apartments, officers tried to arrest Brown. When reports say that Brown struck at an officer while attempting to resist arrest, a male subject was also reported to have been charged with domestic violence and simple assault. Anyone with additional information is asked to contact the Starkville Police Department at 662-323-4131. All right, so go back to your audition day. Tell me, did you have any nerves when you're performing? What is that like? And compare it to any other performance you do in front of a regular audience. Mad Dogs Rugby. Mississippi State's Rugby Football Club is headed to South Carolina this weekend to participate in the SCRC Olympic Rugby Championship Tournament. 10 Southeastern Collegiate Ruby teams, conference teams, will be there. Last year, the Mad Dogs didn't have much success in the tournament and finished second to last. The Mad Dogs are rebuilding to reach the top tier, like when they finished second in 2015. The Mad Dogs are matched up against Ole Miss, Alabama, Kentucky, and Georgia. And if they win enough games, they will then move to the ranked games. To find out more information about the tournament, go to www.southeasternrugby.org. Maggie, luckily all three of the students who lived there made it out safely. When the house caught fire early Tuesday morning, it took firefighters about 2 to 3 hours to get the fire knocked down. The house was destroyed and the students lost everything, as well as their car. As for the cause, it is still unknown, but one of the residents believe it could be because of an electrical fire. The house on Mount Olive Road was home to 3 college students, one of them being David Roberts, a senior information technology services major at Mississippi State.
I'm glad to be here. My friends are safe, I'm safe, and we lost all our stuff, but that's not what matters, you know.
David said that once he escaped the fire, he ran to the neighbor's house for water and clothes. It was believed that the occupants did not have a working smoke alarm in the house.
The first thing I heard was fire crackling in the other room, and I see smoke coming in my air vent, and I run outside and I look to the left and there's a fire, and fortunately we're all in the back half of the house, and so I run in my roommate's room and start hollering and banging on the wall and wake him up, and we jump out the window, and my other roommate has a sliding glass door. He went out. It was pretty quick. It all happened really fast.
I'm standing what looks to be a storage room of sorts. Right here there's a bed frame. On the other side there is a burnt mattress. Right now I'm holding a burnt book that's all charred up. You can see a lawnmower, a workout bench. The place smells of smoke. There's even some things that are still partially on fire.
It was fully involved. This structure also had a metal roof, which are real nice to have, but in the case of a fire, they don't ventilate and go straight up. They go laterally, and therefore it spreads the fire from one end of the house to another.
Well, there's a lot of good people in Starkville that are hooking me up with clothes, a place to stay, so we're probably going to be working on that all day. Just trying to get a driver's license and a car rental because my car is totaled too. Just figure it out.
The tenants did have a cat named Jeffrey, but thankfully Jeffrey has been found and reunited with the students. Maggie?
Turn away from your sin and turn to Christ. You cannot be repentant.
I know they've been here over like 4 times. So I've been here 4 semesters. They've definitely been here every single semester.
Do you think the school should step in? Or do you
yes,
think
they don't need to be here. Like, there were literally children like having like a field day today, like just like enjoying like Mississippi State's campus, like the beauty of that comes from our university. Like
the church and the students engage each other, sometimes leading to arguments, and one student in particular said at times the church group would get aggressive.
I've been a Christian my whole life, and I believe in evangelism, and I believe that in their hearts they're just trying to reach people. But all I tried to point out to this gentleman was that I don't think that his method of reach is the correct method of reach. In which point he then turned his aggression and arrogance on me and broke me down.
One of the pastors said that the purpose for the signs are to reach those who cannot hear them preach, and the reason for them yelling is founded in the Bible.
Well, when you look in the Bible and see the way that Jesus and the apostles evangelized, when you study the teaching on evangelism. The word preach comes from a Greek word that means a public crier.
Students all around campus were heard discussing the group and the attention they brought.
It's drawn a huge crowd, and I don't think it's drawn a crowd of people that are interested in what this church has to say. I don't think it's drawn a crowd of people that think what these people are saying is right. I think it's drawn a crowd solely because they're interested in this obnoxious show that's going on. It's entertaining. That's the only reason I stopped.
College basketball season is just now wrapping up, and Mississippi State is now preparing for the postseason. The men's basketball team lost in the semifinals last year in the NIT, but this year the Bulldogs returned to the big dance for the first time since 2009. A lot of hard work goes into a basketball season, but what about those who work for the team? It's the athletes on this court that get all the recognition when it comes to a successful basketball season. However, there's a lot of work behind the scenes from the basketball managers that often go unnoticed but still play an important role.
Okay, my job as a manager is important because if it was not for the managers, players wouldn't have their practice loops for practice every day. Players wouldn't have their jerseys. Players wouldn't get rebounded for. Like, there's so much we do that helps the program function as a whole that goes unnoticed a lot of the time. I like being a part of it because, you know, our message of family, it really holds true.
The manager spoke about how dedicated it takes to do this job. It takes a lot of time, and at times you also need to have a sense of humility.
I mean, you're doing another grown man's laundry basically every day. If you don't have like humility, like, okay, I got to do this for my job. This job's really almost a 25 to 8 job. Like, we're always on call in case something happens. It's tough because I've had instances like be hanging out with friends or something and you get a phone call like, so-and-so's coming to shoot, they need you to come rebound. This job, like, the coaches and players, like, make it all worth it because they're all like really nice to you and genuine. They don't treat you like dirt, even though what you do is basically like the lowest of the low for the program.